Mahindra is out with the bold new XUV 3XO. Yes, it is the heavily facelifted version of the 300, but that name is now pretty much retired, and what you get is this stylish looking machine. I'm Vikram Gore, you're watching Motorscribes, and in this video we're going to be talking all about the 3XO and why it just makes for such a practical offering in the market today. To start with the design, now the XUV 3XO is the heavily facelifted version of the 300, and with that facelift, it gets a bold new athletic silhouette, and that seriously commands some attention on the road. And of course, the front end is rather distinctive. So you've got a nice piano black finish, you've got a little bit of inspiration from the XUV 700 happening there, LED headlamps, LED DRLs that look pretty cool, fog lamps up front. The side profile remains pretty much the same. It looks very similar to the 300 that is now its predecessor. And as you move to the rear, which I think from a design standpoint is my favorite part, it looks way better than the front according to me. And I think that the treatment over here is just exceptional. So you've got that infinity LED tail lamp at the rear. It sort of emphasizes its width and stance. I like the way that you've got that lower bumper that comes up and gives it a very neat, sporty, and rather futuristic and edgy look as well. The top variants of the 3XO ride on 17-inch diamond cut alloys. So those are pretty big wheels on a nice compact SUV, and of course that body to wheel ratio gives it a rather purposeful stance, and it just looks great and has amazing presence on road. So in my opinion, one of the key selling points about the XUV 3XO is the cabin. I mean, it is lavish, it is premium, it's been done really well. The fit and finish is outstanding. It compares to SUVs in segments 2 classes above it, and it is really something that stands out when you're seated inside. So I like the dual tone play. I like the fact that you got soft touch materials on the dash. The top end version gets a digital cluster as well as a nice large digital infotainment screen, and you know, there's a lot of bells and whistles on board with this. But being a big guy, the other thing that I've really appreciated about this vehicle is the sense of space that you get on board. So seated up front is no problem at all. It is absolutely brilliant. You get a nice driving position, upright, great view of the road, and that is really commendable. At the rear, the passengers are not squeezed in. They've also got ample leg room. There's great shoulder room on board. This is the widest vehicle in its class, so that gives you a sense of great cabin space. And they've done a great job in terms of the overall packaging. They also give you an ample boot where you can get up to about 300 liters of luggage in there, which is great for more than a weekend road trip. And if you're one of those people who like to stack it all the way, that's a lot more that you can pack in there, but it's not advisable because I don't believe that you should block your rear view. It's a safety thing. So yeah, I mean, they've done a brilliant job in terms of the packaging of the XUV 3XO, and it is seriously commendable. And where I'm seated right now is one of the best seats in the house, because you also get access to a plethora of tech and connected features, and it is a fun vehicle to drive. I will talk about the engines and performance in a bit, but I'm just going to run you through what you do get on board as part of the top end feature list with the XUV 3XO. Coming to the convenience and the features and the tech on board with the XUV 3XO. Now it is broken up into a ton of variants. So you've got the MX range and you've got the AX range. So all of them have their sets of features that they get on board. Obviously the MX being the lower end of the variant range. But all in all, there's rather a ton of features to get on board with the new XUV3XO. And I think that Mahindra is playing a great card here, because this is where they can actually create a disruption in the market. You've got the right size, you've done brilliant in terms of space allocation on board. I've already spoken about how comfortable it is for passengers up front and at the back. But when it comes to features, just having more on board seems to be working for a lot of manufacturers, and Mahindra is not missing out on that boat. So, key things that you do get, and I'm talking about top of the line features here. You've got the twin 26 centimeter HD screens. You've got wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. There's built-in Alexa. There's a Harman Kardon premium audio system on board. It's got a whole bunch of features, so like sonic expanse, a bass enhancer, 4 ambient sound modes. It's really, really cool, and playing around with it, you can really set up your music the way you want it to be. And add to that, of course, charging is taken care of. You've got a wireless charger as well, and what Mahindra is liking to call their sky roof. So they have given it a rather large panoramic roof for its class. And that again seems to be a great selling point for a lot of SUVs in the market. I think more Indians are looking at having sunroofs in their cars, so I guess that works over here as well. So, all in all, it's a very feature-packed machine. Some of it that will take a little bit of learning to get used to, and a lot of it which is stuff that you really want, and it's great that it's there on board. Now coming to the good part, it's about driving the XUV3XO. Now this is a nice compact C-segment SUV, but it behaves very un-SUV-like on tarmac. Mahindra has done a fantastic job in the way that they've set up the suspension and the handling dynamics of this vehicle, because it feels almost sedan-like. It's something that you feel that you can really belt around corners, and it is a lot of fun to drive. But as far as the comfort on board goes, they've done a great job on that front. I think the suspension setup is ideal for our conditions, soaks up road undulations really well, nothing really creeps into the cabin, and you do get a nice, smooth, refined ride experience while you're on board. The steering is nice and light at low speeds, firms up well at high speeds, always giving you that sense of control, and that is again something that I've really liked about this C-segment SUV over here. But having said that, I think when you do want to venture off-road and you want to take this out on a dirt track, it doesn't have 4x4, but with that amazing level of ground clearance that it does offer, you can definitely take it out on farm roads or dirt tracks and have a little bit of fun over there, which I did. And even out there, you can see the way that it retains its composure, and that is also testament to the way that it has been set up. And even though I pushed it a little bit, out there on the dirt tracks where you're sort of losing traction, it does a brilliant job of retaining its composure. You feel confident, you feel in control, and that again, to me, is testament to just how well a vehicle this is and how it's been set up to deal with everyday driving conditions. As far as engine options go, Mahindra is offering this with both petrol and diesel engine options, and you also get multiple transmission options. So we'll just jump right in and take a look at what you do get underneath the hood. Speaking about performance and speaking about the engine offerings on board with the XUV3XO. Now, the good thing is that you do get petrol and diesel engine options. The petrol is actually, there's two options over here. They're both 1.2 liter engines, but starting off the range is the 1.2 liter M Stallion TC MPFI engine, which is basically the turbocharged MPFI engine. It delivers about 112 PS of power and 200 Newton meters of torque. As far as efficiency goes, you get about 18.89 kilometers to the liter with the manual and about 17.96 with the automatic transmission. And now this is a full automatic, it is not an AMT, and that is just something to note over there. Next up is the rather fun petrol engine that Mahindra has gone out and put in the 3XO, and this is the 1.2 liter M Stallion TGDI engine. Now, what you get with this is 130 PS of power and 230 Newton meters of torque. So we're talking about it being a rather fun, peppy machine to drive. And just look at those figures and look at the size of this machine, and you will know that the power to weight ratio that we're talking about over here is going to give you something that is exhilarating. And speaking of mileage, the manual delivers about 20.1 kilometers to the liter, while the automatic does 18.2 kilometers to the liter. For the diesel enthusiasts, there is the tried and tested 1.5 liter turbo CRDE, which delivers 117 PS of power and 300 Newton meters of torque. It delivers fuel efficiency of 20.6 with the manual and 21.2 with the automatic. So we're talking about a very fuel efficient engine here. What I am currently driving is the diesel, and I can tell you that this thing moves like a freaking rocket. Well, it's not all fun and games with the XUV3XO, and we're not just talking about it having a brilliant performance or a bold new design. Mahindra has really upped the game when it comes to safety as well. So it has been engineered to achieve the highest Bharat NCAP safety rating. While the rating is still pending, they've conformed to all the requirements to get that rating. So that's just something to note. I'm quite sure the official version of this will come out shortly. You also get advanced safety technologies, which include a 360-degree surround view system, blind view monitor, electronic stability control, hill hold control, hill descent control. There's 6 airbags on board. You get all 4 disc brakes on board. And topping it off is the fact that you get level 2 ADAS features, which is your advanced driver assistance systems, with 10 features to ensure that you're got that extra layer of safety out there with you. It is probably one of the first vehicles in its segment to get this many ADAS features. And I think that is where Mahindra is looking at establishing the XUV3XO as a leader in its class for both active and passive safety systems. Well, that's about it for the XUV3XO, but I am going to leave you with one last final bit of thought over here, and that is, what is in a name? So 3XO, I mean, it had me boggled as well, and when I finally asked Mahindra about it, they had a brilliant explanation. So it is 3 times the others, so 3XO. What you get is a vehicle that's feature-rich, safety is top-notch, you've got ADAS level 2 on board, performance is really well sorted, as I've explained about the petrol and diesel engines in this video. And we're talking about it having a great level of kit, brilliant in terms of ride comfort, and it ticks a ton of boxes. So that's where the name comes from. It has been benchmarked against the best of the rest, and it is 3 times more than them, according to Mahindra. So I hope you like the name. I hope you gel with this. And if you do have any further questions about the XUV3XO, you want to know something about it, you have another question that I might have missed out in this video, feel free to write in, leave a comment below. It is my promise, and it is the Motorscribe's promise, that we answer every comment that comes in to our channel.